How do guys? It's Baggers, and it's this week's Baggers solo trek. So last week was a bit hit and miss. Some people liked it, some people didn't. But I put the votes on, and it looks like people still want to hear me. So this week I'm going to try something different. Last week was My Love Of, which is like a series of I'll talk about my loves. This week I'm going to talk about role models, and I put a vote on YouTube, and Riker won with like 60-70%. So I thought I'd talk about my boy Riker, and just how he's left a lasting impression on myself. So just rewind. So like last week I was talking about the cage got me into Star Trek, and then the original series kept me in Star Trek. But when I got to about a teen, Next Generation came on, and the first season or two was a bit like a bit lackluster, until the irony of the Riker beard. So like, if no one knows, Riker's beard, Riker season 1, maybe halfway season 2, he didn't have a beard, and then the quality supposedly of the show got better the minute Riker grew a beard, which, to fair, if you look at the facts, the episodes did get better. So it's one of the reasons I grew a beard. If you've watched other videos, you would have noticed I've had a longer beard, but it's wedding anniversary, so I thought I'd look a bit more slick than usual, and beautiful weather for it as well, so kind of fluked out in that respect. So yeah, so back about Riker. So growing up, my favourite characters were Pike, Kirk, and then I got into Star Trek. Loved Data to begin with, but then you get to a certain age and Riker, he's just got it all. He's got the swag, the humanity. He's cocky, but in not a Kirk cocky. He's kind of like reassured, but at the same time he second guesses himself. But he's just basically a three-dimensional character. Like, he's just everything that you would want to be. So he's like a strong leader, but at the same time he takes criticism, he listens to people, so support. Like, Picard wouldn't be where he is without Riker. Riker's like a support network. Just, he's always there to keep his back. He's there to like rein Picard in when he needs to, and vice versa. Picard's a good network for Riker. But like Riker as well, he might have been a player and all this, but his romance with Diana Troy, like that, those two was probably the long-lasting Star Trek characters' relationships of all time. Look at Picard season 3. Yeah, they've had their ups and downs, but they're still together. They still love each other, and it's it's like, it's beautiful. You got to hydrate when the sun's out. You know what I mean? So yeah, so growing up, as I said, I was a Data fan, and then I got into I think it's been about season 5, season 6, and then that's when I've just got into Riker. Some of the episodes Riker in are like the best episodes of Star Trek. You got to think you got your best of both worlds, Frame of Mind, Pegasus, and episodes like that, like Pegasus alone. Like the idea that they added that late in the season, that he had this untold story, and he didn't know where his loyalties laid, but at the end of the day he did the right call. He's a man of honour, and he looked after himself, did the best for what he needed for him and his captain, and you can't say more like that. The idea that he always pushed promotions down. Yeah, sometimes he should have been captain by probably season 3 or 4, but look at best both worlds. If he took that position, Wolf 359, Riker wouldn't even be alive. He wouldn't even be in Trek. But the idea of, he knew when to promote himself, when to go up, but he knew that the Enterprise is where he needed to be. He needed to be there for Picard and everyone else. And the idea of best both worlds, saying that as well, the idea that if Patrick Stewart didn't come back, Riker would have become the captain, because they didn't know if Patrick Stewart was going to come back or not. But imagine a show of Riker, because the way the Riker is, it would have been amazing, phenomenal captain. He would have reigned the ship, he would have looked after it. But at the same time, he knew his place, and I'm glad in a way Picard did survive, because it showed again his progression as a character. Look at Chain of Command, like when Picard's missing action, and you got Jellicoe taking over the ship. Him and Riker butted heads, but at the same time, I don't know, it's just because I'm a fan of Jellicoe as well. I know some people hate him because, like, but he's like Shaw in that respect. He's very by the books. He wants to look after the ship, where Riker's more fluid, more, yeah, to fair, he's sometimes by the books, look a row and be drawing earrings and stuff, but deep down he's just a lad, isn't he? He's just there. He likes his jazz, you know. He's basically his best friends with everyone. He's like suave, you know. He's just Riker. He's just, if you never watched Star Trek, you probably wouldn't understand. But the Riker maneuver alone, with the, you know, the way. As a kid, I never looked at chairs the same way. Granted, I'm like short, so I could never do the Riker maneuver. Baker's maneuver is more like hopping over things and hoping for the best, where you just wasn't also standing there, like cause and effect. A good episode, not really a Riker episode, it's a good episode for everyone. Excuse me. Where, you know, Data looks at the 3 pips, but again, so he's doing these little stand. Data wouldn't have noticed. It wouldn't have had the same meaning if Riker doesn't have his little quirks like all the characters. Like the idea that Jonathan did that because of his back, because he was carrying and stuff like that. There's the reason to take the pressure off his back. It's become iconic with the character. It's linked in. So yeah, I think there's worse role models, but to be fair, I don't think there's any better. Yeah, you got your Kirks. I'm gonna like talk about O'Brien and Cisco, because again, they are the different role models in different aspects. But I think growing up, Riker for me, gave me the confidence, like looking into him, like the idea that you know, you can be friendly, bubbly, at the same time be professional, and yeah, just a great character. And then Picard, and a new spin on him, where he's still, first few seasons, he's, you know, he is still the Riker we know. Season 3, we know he lost his spark, which is a shame because of his son and stuff, but, and he was afraid of death, I think we all are. But then he got his right back, and by the end of the season, when the whole crew came back, he is the Riker we know and the Riker we love. So yeah, Riker, I salute you, a ledge, and a role model to many, beard grower to others. So yeah, so if you're not a Riker fan, you change that this weekend. Watch, as I said, Best of Both Worlds, Frame of Mind, Pegasus. I'm missing so many others, but they're like the 3 that always stick with me. So yeah, much love as always. And as I said, if I get more views, more likes, more comments, I'll do another one where I might do another My Love, because in the votes, Deep Space Nine won. All role models, it's between O'Brien or Cisco. So, or if there's another subject you want me to hear me talk about, something like more in-depth, let me know. But as always, much love. Keep supporting the channel, and we'll keep doing content. Much love. Peace out.